Introducing Dr. Injectory Damages.
Welcome to the show. My name is Dr. Damages. We are coming to you from the greatest city in the world,
New York City.
Yes. New York City is so great that a judge in the city has ruled that President Trump's niece, Mary, has the right to publish her book about President Trump.
Why?
Yes. The book is called Too Much and Never Enough. How My Family Created the World's Most Dangerous Man. Hey, I know, right? It was published last week and it has sold 950,000 copies in its first day. First day of the book out.
No way.
Yeah. Can you imagine that? How many copies did this American Life sell? Do you know? How many copies? For 950,000 copies. Now, in the book, Mary Trump wrote that President Trump got someone to write SAT examination for him. For those who do not know, SAT is the US equivalent of WAEC and JAM in West Africa. I'm like, damn, that man Trump will do well as an African president. He has all the qualifications, including fake certificates. He will be in good company if he should go to Africa and become president of Liberia or any of these countries. You know what I mean? Watch.
U.S. President Donald Trump's niece, Mary Trump, is calling on the president to resign, claiming her uncle was too dangerous for the country.
Come on, Mary. Come on, eh? That is not how to treat Uncle Donald. You know, that's not how to treat him.
She made the comments during an interview with ABC News on her newly released book titled Too Much and Never Enough: How My Family Created the World's Most Dangerous Man.
You see, Mary, I understand that he didn't give you pocket money when you were in school. But how bad? No, that is too much to say, too much things.
Man. Asked what she would tell the president if she were to visit the Oval Office today, Mary replied, quote, resign. She also explains in her explosive tell-all book how her father described Trump as a psychopath.
Kai! That is enough, Mary. That is enough. You can't talk to your uncle like that. Now, imagine President Muhammadu Buhari's niece writing a book about him. Just imagine that. Imagine a book about what Buhari was like as a young man, you know? His WAEC exam, when he took WAEC, how he looked on that day. His days in the military. The women in his life. And his other children from other women. I mean, you would call it baby mamas now, but then it wasn't what they called it. You know? What? The ones we didn't know.
First, I'm the daughter of Olusegun Obasanjo. I know a lot of people will be confused now, but don't kill me. Let me explain. You only hear of side chick, side chick these days. And you've forgotten the side chick produce side children, side daughters, and side son. So I'm Obasanjo's side daughter.
My friend, that is Obasanjo's side daughter. I'm talking about Buhari. Do you think Buhari has one like that? Will any of Buhari's nieces write a book to tell us? I already have a good title for Buhari's niece's book. Muhammadu Buhari, the man nobody knows. Anyway, we may not know a lot about Buhari, but one thing is clear. When you look at the insecurity and corruption everywhere in Nigeria today, one thing is clear. And this is what I've concluded. Two possibilities exist. Either that Buhari is aware of what is going on, or that he's not. Both are equally terrifying. Sasha! Tweet that out. Either Buhari is aware of what is going on, or he's not. And both are equally terrifying. Do you want to know why I think so?
Why?
Listen to this bastard story.
Don't ever call anybody a bastard. Not at all, because we are all produced by a man. I'm the product of the job my father did in Benue State.
My friend, leave that side dot alone. I'm talking about bastard story, not people. I have a big story for you today, a big story. You see, the first sign that a big story is important is when those concerned, especially government officials, denounce the story. If the story touches on something that they do not want you to know about, they will threaten to sue the newspaper or the online platform that published it. That's the first thing. But when a big story does not get denounced or get any pushback or even threat of lawsuits, you know that something is fishy. Something is fishy. More importantly, when other media houses do not pick it up, such a big story, it tells you that we are in serious trouble. I'm talking about $800 million trouble. Listen to the story. So in 2015, over 100 million barrels of crude oil illegally shipped from Nigeria were found in tank farms in China. 100 million barrels of crude oil. Now, according to pointblanknews.com, high-ranking members of Buhari's government came together and sold 100 million barrels of crude oil for $800 million. Are you not surprised? $800 million. And guess what? They shared the money. I know what you are thinking. Pointblanknews.com. Whoopee. Jackson Ude. Whoopee. But hold on. Look at the evidence. These are documents of a lawsuit filed by a company called SAMANO in Mexico. Yeah, in the document, the company is demanding the payment of 5% of the proceeds from the sale of that crude oil. Something they agreed with the president's men. Oh yeah, amongst Buhari's men were the late chief of staff, Malam Abba Kyari, the late general manager, Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, Maikanti Baru, Attorney General and Minister for Justice, Abubakar Malami, Minister for Power, Maman Saleh, as well as the current GMD of NNPC, Mele Kairi. Yeah. Others are the sacked acting chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Ibrahim Magu, Air Commodore Mohammed Omar, retired, and the former Director General of State Security Services, Malam Lawal Daura. Oh yeah, these are the president's men. So, the Mexican company was the one that alerted the president's men of the existence of this Nigerian crude oil in tank farms in China. The deal was called China Deal, and it was supposed to be secret, top secret. Now, here is the details of the story. Several vessels of crude oil left Nigeria for China in 2015, before the election. By the time the vessels got to China, there was a new government in Nigeria. And all the oil buyers were reluctant to go ahead and buy. They wanted to see what's going on. So the crude oil was discharged and dumped in tank farms in China. Then enters SAMANO. They found Nigeria's 48 million barrels of crude oil abandoned in China. And they reached out to the Nigerian government. Once alerted, the Nigerian government officials went into action. They were interested in getting their hands on the oil. But SAMANO refused to give the government details without a deal. Smart people, they're smart. So in August of 2016, Maman Saleh, the current Nigeria's Minister of Power, used his company, Northern Oil and Gas Services, to invite to Nigeria these Mexican company officials to meet government officials in Nigeria to discuss this matter, So SAMANO's people arrived in Nigeria and met with Nigerian officials at the Abuja home of Air Commodore Omar, a close ally of President Buhari. At the meeting, the president's men assured SAMANO's team that they will get 5% of the value of the 48 million barrels when sold. Oh yeah. Now, according to pointblanknews.com, after the meeting and with Buhari's approval, Umar and other members of the cabal, including Kairi, the then GGM of the crude in NNPC, set out to locate the crude oil. They went to China. In China, Umar and Kairi connived with others in Nigeria to declare the information a hoax. They swore that there was no Nigerian crude oil in tank farms in China. Nothing like that. Oh, hush puppy. Hush puppy. Do you see how it's done? Do you see how it is done, hush puppy? None the nonsense you did. So, when SAMANO's team returned to Mexico, they got intelligence from China that the oil had been sold. These are all in the sworn affidavit that we showed you here. Nigerian government officials sold the oil between October and November 2015. In the affidavit, SAMANO said that they confronted Nigerian government officials about their own share of the sale of the crude oil. The president's men rebuffed them, and some of SAMANO's people were blackmailed, arrested, and locked up in Nigeria. Oh, typical, typical. Does anything surprise you in the story so far at this point? No. Typical. Anyway, quoting pointblanknews.com, they said, and I quote, the affidavit alleged that the GMD of NNPC, Mr. Kairi, had told SAMANO's representatives via WhatsApp chat, which they have, that the late Abakera and Omar had taken advantage of the information they provided and sold off the crude, and that they should forget about the deal. They promised them, however, to make things up for them. You know what I mean? Make it up for you. Maybe give you your block or something. Again, typical Nigerian deal. Hush puppy. We'll be proud of these guys. I'm telling you, we'll be proud. Now, still from Point Blank News, a very reliable source told the newspaper that after the sale, Nigerian officials shared the proceeds and told President Muhammadu Buhari that the buyers were not willing to buy the crude oil because it had no DNA. Obi Invictus, come and learn how it is done. Nonsense. Meanwhile, the report said that Nigerian officials found an additional 52 million barrels of our crude oil in China, making it over 100 million barrels. Can you imagine that? 100 million. Now you may know why they do not really want the Zani, Alice Madeke, to come back and answer questions in Nigeria. She may say a few things about some millions of barrels of crude oil that she was not supposed to say. You know, crude oil that they sent to China when she was minister. She may say a few things about that. So they don't really want her to come back. 100 million barrels. Now, at Mbuka Market, where they sell auction, buy one, get one free, ringing the bell. But the present men, they sold 100 million barrels of crude oil for $800 million, which is like $8 a barrel. Can you imagine that? Which is, Mbuka is one, buy one, take one free. That's basically what they did. Now, the company, SAMANO, is planning to sue Nigeria in London after this pandemic is over. They did not trust the Nigerian judiciary to sue in Nigeria. And they went to Mexican court, and the court in Mexico said, no, we don't have jurisdiction. We can't handle the case. $800 million. It's more than the money that the federal government of Nigeria has given to NDDC since in the last 10 years. It's more than that. That is what 7 people stole and shared and put in their pockets and pretended as if nothing happened. Why wouldn't they steal when there is no consequences for stealing? Why? That's why they steal. There's no consequences. Nobody pays any price. Talking of stealing, so the saga of NDDC is still on. It's still on. Now we know what really happened. What started the whole business? It was because Godswill Akpabio touched the former NDDC director, Joy. That was why. You see, if only someone was around to stop Akpabio, the way that man of God stopped that groom from touching the bride, there would have been peace today in the Niger Delta, in NDDC, in all of Niger Delta. Everyone will have been chopping money, their own money, the way they've been doing it. But it's trouble today. So last week, NDDC's interim director and his people, they walked out of the House of Representatives committee looking into this business of what is going on. Yeah. they accused the chairman of the committee of being what? An accused party.
What?
It was drama. Take a look.
Acting MD, CEO of the NDDC. But let me just say that we are not comfortable with the chairman of this committee presiding over a matter in which he is an accused party.
I said, wow! Accused of what? Listen to them.
Over the time, accused the Honorable Olubunmi Tunji Ojo of different crimes against the NDDC and its people. And he has responded in press. He's an interested party, and we do not believe that the NDDC can have justice because he cannot sit in his own case.
He cannot sit in his own judgment. That is not correct. That is not. The man is right.
Thank you. Permission to leave, please, sir. Thank you very much.
The permission was not granted by chairman. Chairman, let it be on record that you did not grant the permission.
It is on record. I didn't grant permission.
So as soon as the acting director and his people walked away, they walked out of the chambers, the House committee started spitting fire. Listen.
Anyone who refuses to abide by laid-down procedure of a particular proceeding of a legislative house or its committee commits a contempt of the legislative house. Thank you.
You see, they were talking about contempt. These are people, the same people who treat the Nigerian people with contempt. Now they want to accuse other people of contempt of their kangaroo courts.
Mr. Chairman, may I move that we invoke our powers for warrant of arrest to compel the agency to come and answer to Nigerians how they have administered the money that was appropriated to them. I so move.
Warrant of arrest. I can't believe this. Meanwhile, the drama of Joy and Ababio continues. Yep, on the day that Joy was going to testify in front of the House committee, someone, wink wink, Ababio, sent unknown policemen to stop her from leaving her house. In fact, they wanted to arrest her. Yep. And then the Superman on Port of Harcourt, Governor Wike, went into action. Take a look.
We will remain here, sir. Asaf, we will remain here, sir. You have to come with us. Okay, with due respect, sir.
Yes, he stormed Joy's home and rescued her. Yeah, Princess Charming, in a Mercedes-Benz, rushed in and rescued Princess Joy. Afterwards, Joy came out to explain things to us. Watch.
Okay, asked them for the warrant of arrest, and why couldn't they invite me to the police, that I would have come instead of going to take a woman like a criminal. So the governor took me in his car, and here I'm refugee in the government house.
This is a very happy refugee right there. She's a refugee in the government house and she's happy. Listen to her.
Meanwhile, the man that harassed me is at home. The man who stole the money is at home. The man who stole government files is at home. The man who took money is at home. The man who said I should go and take an oath is at home. It's a criminal offense. It's life imprisonment to take oaths, to even give to me, to even offer me an oath. It's liable.
Now, about that oath. Anyway, what thing concern me? Go on, Joy.
Fabio can't kill me. Definitely, he can't. He can't. This is not, I'm not from Uyo now. He can't kill me. And why do people think he has the monopoly of violence?
See, Ababio cannot kill me. What makes people think he has the monopoly of violence? This is a very good question. People don't answer that question. All they think that someone will kill you. What makes you think that person has a monopoly? So some people just think that they have monopoly of things like violence, wisdom, or even direct phone line with God. Watch.
Hello? Yes, Father. Is this heaven? Yes, Father. Is it heaven? Yes, Father. I have a woman here. Yes. What do you have to say about
It never gets old, that one. You may laugh at that man, but some more respectable men of God do exactly the same thing, maybe in a more subtle way, you know? Here is a tweet from Pastor Enoch Adeboye. He wanted to wish his wife happy birthday and ended up writing this on social media. Look. Yeah, the husband is the head of the wife. No matter how educated or successful you are, your husband is your head and you must regard him as such at all times. It is a terrible thing for the husband to feel that his wife is his head. Also, my wife is my #1 fan. She wrote in the book, Mathematics of Marriage, which we co-authored, that as my helpmate, she knows that she cannot help me without my instructions. So when they come, her response is, yes, sir. I know. It is easy to forget that men like this are still in the workplace all over the world, not retired. There is a reason why the civil service has a retirement age. It's not because the people who are told to retire cannot wake up and go to work. No. But sometimes they are either losing their faculty or losing touch with the century that we are in. That's it. That's why they tell them you can go now and retire. Take a wristwatch, take a gold watch, go and retire. But you can't force them to retire if they own the church. You can't do it. Here is another one. This one is from Bishop David Oyedepo. Oh yeah. It's a tweet he sent out. Tithing is an inescapable covenant obligation. Prosperity, not just wealth, is impossible without tithing. Because when you are not paying your tithe, you are under a financial curse. This is great. I say it loud, the great bishop. That is why Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, they became poor overnight. You warned them, Bishop. You warned them. But they did not listen to you. Especially that Bill Gates of a guy. Instead of giving his money to Winners Chapel, he's giving it out to people who are researching for cure for malaria, cure for tuberculosis, guinea worms, and all these diseases. Nonsense little illnesses that a Winners Chapel sticker on the door of the home of these people will take care of it. He's giving out billions for researchers. Nonsense. Bring it to the church. I beg, bring me a more modern pastor who knows what day it is. Let him calm me down because I'm losing it. I am talking of a jet-age pastor that is airborne and knows that he is airborne.
We are going to Lagos and we will land safely. It's the Indaboski.
Indaboski flies airpiece. With the Indaboski, the lion himself, on the airpiece flight all the way to Lagos. Safe one. Nice having you on board, Indaboski. The lion himself.
Indaboski! It's always good to have people like that, because all these other people, they blow our head away. You can follow us on Twitter at
Dr. Damages.
And on Facebook at
Dr. Damages.
And on Instagram at
Dr. Damages.
Now here's my concern for today. It's taken from page 419 of the book Good Trouble by John Lewis. And it says, I want to see young people find a way to get in the way. To find a way to get in trouble. Good trouble. Necessary trouble. U.S. House of Representative member and a civil rights icon, John Lewis, passed away last week at the age of 80. he will be missed. So thank you so much. If you've subscribed, please help us. Help our ministry. Subscribe. Please. Just a click. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. If you live in the US, in the UK, Canada, Italy, Ireland, and Spain, and you send money to Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, Tanzania, or Uganda, you should download SendWave on your phone. It's easy. SendWave is safe, secure, reliable, fast, and more importantly, it is fee-free. Absolutely no fees for your first transaction. Use the promo code DOCTOR and SendWave will add $5 or €5 or £5 to the money you are sending. Dash, just because you know Dr. Damages. What are you waiting for? Here is how.